What's up guys, Derek here from the Scroll Effect, and we're on episode 8 of Everlasting Summer. Let's go. It seems I overdid it a bit with the thinking. There's no usual crowd of hungry pioneers near the canteen. Or even inside the canteen. Most of them probably had their breakfast before 9 a.m. That's even better. 2's company, 3's a crowd. Lena was sitting in the farthest corner of the canteen, lazily picking with her fork at an amorphous lump that vaguely resembled porridge. Having a breakfast with her seems like a good idea. We can have a chat in peace, or at least try to have one. I was on the way to her table when suddenly someone grabbed me by the sleeve. Is it Alyssa? Oh. Xenia, the librarian. Get your meal and come. We need to talk. But we want to talk with Lena. What are you waiting for? I was a bit confused. Pardon, isn't this a bit too sudden? What's wrong? Get your meal and sit down. I suppose that she considers her behavior completely normal. I want to go talk with Lena, though. I was sure that Lena wouldn't mind if I sat next to her. Hold on, wait a second. Sorry, maybe later. Sorry, Xenia, I need to go to Lena right now. I gently loosened my sleeve from her grip and headed to the farthest corner of the canteen. Xenia was shouting something in my direction, but I tried to ignore her. Hi, good morning. Having heard the librarian shouting, Lena had been stealing glances at me for a while. Morning. Strangely enough, she didn't blush. She smiled instead. Would you mind if I join you? I'll get my meal and be back in no time. Yeah, sure. In a minute, I was already sitting in front of her with a simple set of plates on a tray. Porridge, 2 poached eggs, 4 pieces of white bread, a boiled sausage, and a glass of compote made of unknown fruits and berries. Have a nice meal. Thanks. Or wait, did I read that right? Wow, alright. I was trying to eat it as neatly as I could. No chomping, smearing the food, or spilling the compote over myself. It seemed that eating like a human and not like a hog was not that hard at all. As usual, Lena remained silent, which means I should start the conversation. Going to the dance tonight? Probably. She was silent for a while. And you? I don't know yet, though I didn't want to go there at all. I didn't like dance parties since my school days. Why so? What do you mean? My mind is still far away in my school times. Why don't you want to go? I didn't say I don't want to. Okay then. But if you're inviting me... Lena turned red and looked away. I don't really... Sorry, just kidding. I felt confused. I'd better not joke like that. Taunting the shy girl. Fine. Lena said indifferently and focused on her food while her face turned even more red. Why am I stuck on this dance as if we have nothing else to talk about? But wait, is there actually anything? By the way, maybe you know what Xenia wanted to ask me? Huh? I mean, when I just came in, she wanted something from me. I don't know. I see. The conversation reached a dead end, so I tried to seem fully focused on my meal. Lena finished her breakfast first. I should go. See you later. See ya. Well, that was an awkward breakfast. I was finishing chewing on the sausage, which tasted like a twisted pear cable. I don't know what that is. I wonder if they have internet access here. I guess not. Pioneer sitting on the next table noticed me talking to myself and stared at me. I smiled and waved to him in return. After such a friendly greeting, he, for some reason, left the canteen quickly without finishing his breakfast. Done with the food, it's time to search for some clues. Sometime later, I finally came to the infirmary. I have nothing to do in that place. Though the nurse seemed quite caring, it's better to keep a distance from her. Such benevolence is actually scary. She may know something, but I just hadn't the courage to enter the infirmary. Moreover, I had no reason to. Not a single one. Immersed in my own thoughts, I didn't notice the nurse who was standing on the porch. Hi there, Pioneer. She came closer. You must be sick. Did you come for medicine? No, I was just wandering around. Ah, a truant, I see. But if you're here, I have a serious task for you. I gave her a look of inquiry. The word task made me feel uneasy. It sounded like something inevitable. The nurse smiled spitefully. You both will help me to make an inventory of supplied medicine which arrived today. Both? Who are we? Perhaps I misheard. But what word could be confused with both? Hi again. Lena's joining us. Lena emerged from behind the nurse's back. It seemed strange that I hadn't noticed her until now. Come here after dinner. I have explained everything to Lena. She will tell you what to do. Medicine, huh? Supplied today? But Olga told me that the bus would not arrive for the next couple of days. So there were visitors to our camp today? Yes, they arrived from the city this morning. Why are you asking? Just curious. Alright then, Pioneer. So tonight, after dinner, you'll be here. Lena was barely noticeable this whole time. Surely she's able to remain invisible like a skilled ninja. I could do it on my own. Strange, she seemed more spirited during lunch. No way, there's lots of boxes, and a Pioneer is always ready. Isn't that so, Pioneer? She gazed at me and smiled menacingly. Why am I Pioneer? Can't I be Semyon? I don't want to spend the whole evening doing something like this, and also I've got more important things to do. But rejecting this request would be so improper. If it wasn't Lena who was standing there, I would definitely think my way out. Alright, yeah, let's go help Lena. Nice. That's how a true Pioneer should answer. Even after these words, I barely came to a step closer to the be prepared, always prepared motto. Then you can go. I looked at Lena, who was still staring at the ground. I guess all the time she spent staring at the ground was enough to learn everything there is to know about the life and habits of different insects. Plus, Lena likes to read. She probably read many biological, botanical, and so on books. We're too sophisticated. Perhaps she wants to become an entomologist. Or maybe she's shy and likes you doofies. Blah. Where will you head next? Lena's words drew me away from the obscure thoughts. We'd been standing at the square for some time, and my speculations about bugs' lives were only an attempt to escape this awkward situation. Though, why did I see it as awkward? Just don't forget, alright? Don't forget what? Well, tonight after dinner, at the infirmary. Her face got a slightly grumpy look to it. No way, that's impossible. Alright, right after dinner. I'm at your service. I thought too late. My words, Lena blushed even harder. I'm at your service. I need to find a way to ease the situation. Why did the nurse ask you to do it? I don't know. I was just sitting on the bench and reading a book when she came, and it's smart to ask a reliable person who would never say no. Okay. Well then, after dinner. Okay. I'll be off then. Yeah, sure. She walked off somewhere beside the clubs, and I just stood at the square for some time. So what's next? I decided to visit my cabin in order to collect my phone. I don't know where I'll find myself today, but having a watch is always useful, though having a wristwatch is much easier. Suddenly I heard a different tune, which was cutting through the usual noise of the camp. I listened to it carefully. Sounds like an electric guitar. 3 repeating chords, no more. But this melody still felt somehow warm, as if a vacuum tube bass audio amplifier was used. Could there be such a luxury here? The sound was definitely coming somewhere near the stage area. I wonder who that could be. Sure. Coming to the stage area, I caught sight of a list on the stage. Ah, crap. The girl was giving it all. With her eyes closed, she placed one of her legs upon the speakers and swinging her body with the rhythm of the music. I couldn't recognize the melody, but I was pretty sure that I'd heard it before. Probably something from Soviet rock. I could have named a dozen bands in this genre right off the bat, but I was hardly an expert. The song seemed really simple, literally just a 3-chord progression. Probably even I could have played it, given some of the time to practice. I wonder where Alyssa got her playing skills. In the USSR, such music had never been nationally acclaimed. The future rock star wasn't taking any notice of me. It was like she was trying to become one with the music, to resound in every note, in every bar, in every triplet. Rock heroes of the 80s instantly came to my mind. Many of them were devoted to the music in a similar way. She got dressed in something more suitable for that period's fashion instead of her pioneer uniform. No one would notice the difference. Yeah, her and her pioneer uniform. Her performance was coming to an end. Picking out the last couple of chords, Alyssa finally noticed me. Did you like it? She doesn't seem too surprised as I was expecting. Yeah, that was cool. As if you could do any better, smiled Alyssa slyly. I'm not saying that I can do better. I'm not a pro in music. No doubt. Yep. I don't know what to tell her next. She was heading on my way. Wait a minute. What? Heard about the evening dance party? I thought it was a ball. Ball, dance party, what's the difference? She frowned. I don't know if that's a frown. That's more pissed off. Yes, I did. So what? Are you gonna go? After throwing those words, she turned away. I'm not sure. And you? What am I going to do there? Watch a herd of morons? There is some truth in Alyssa's words, but this own disrespect surprised me. It's clear that it's not the idea of the ball that she hates. But why? What do you mean by why? Well, why don't you want to come? Dance parties ought to be fun. Do you really think so? Annoyance flashed in her voice. I don't know, but I thought that you would. Never liked them. She interrupted me. There's absolutely nothing to do at such parties. I see, so what's your plan then? I asked her to keep the conversation going. I'll just carry on practicing. What are you practicing? The song, dumbass. You even heard it. Alyssa had gone totally mad. A few more wrong questions and I would have to run for my life. Yeah, she looks like she's gonna kill us. Who wrote that song? I did. So you wrote it by yourself? By myself. Cool. An awkward silence hung in the air. Okay then. Don't you want to listen? Didn't I just hear it? That's not what I meant. She pouted. The whole song. It's just a jam for now. Aw, come on. Do it then. Not right now. Well, don't do it then. I felt uncertain on what she wanted from me. You mean you don't want me to play? It seems like I frustrated her. I got ready for her to smash the guitar on my forehead or something even worse. But there was only an upset expression on Alyssa's face. I want to, I told you. Come here tonight then. I'll play it for you. From me? How cute. Tonight is the dance party. You said you wouldn't go. I didn't say that. Frankly speaking, I didn't want to go, but messing around with Tuche was no good either. Olga won't like it. Screw her, said Alyssa, getting steamed up. I don't know when the ball is. Like, if I go, do I, like, miss hanging out with Lena or whatever? I have no idea. I'd rather not piss her off anymore. Between the shame at the dance party and Tucci's mad guitar skills, I'd rather pick the latter. Good boy, she smiled strangely. I was just wondering if the decision I made was the right one, when suddenly I was interrupted by ringing, calling the pioneers for lunch. I looked towards the canteen. Suppose it's time to go. Hunger is a sharp thorn. I turned around with an intent to call Alyssa to come along, but she looked so cheerless and down. Every musician should know when it's time to leave. I grumbled under my breath. Who is marching forward in a row? It is our pioneer squad. Pioneers in a row usually march to the canteen in the Sovianic camp. I was looking for a place where no one would disturb me, like what happened before, just so I can eat in peace. And for that, I have to at least not be the last one to come. But I was pretty sure whatever happens here, whether I want it or not. The canteen was crammed as full as an egg. Olga was standing at the entrance, guarding it like a hawk. Well, Semyon, were you working hard today? Hard enough. Well done, truly well done, and the hardest is yet to come. I just bet. Fine, take a seat next to the girls. She pointed at the table next to the pillar. Slavia, Ulyana, and Lena were already sitting there. Not bad company. At least not the worst. I got my meal and went up to them. Do you mind if I sit here? I caught myself sounding a bit clueless. There were no other free places anyway. Of course not. Please do. Lena remained silent. Today the meal consisted of a plate of borscht? I don't know. I suspected there were some meat lurking on it, but I had no evidence. Some poultry, chances are chickenus domesticus, with fried potatoes and a traditional glass of compote. Yeah, chickenus domesticus. Great. I found myself liking the local food more and more. I guess I just came to the conclusion that I have no choice, which means there's no use in complaining. Thank God there's something to eat. Coming to the ball tonight? I don't know. Though I had already made my arrangements with Alyssa. He'll come. He got nowhere to go, Ulyana said happily. You will come for sure. Of course, I can't miss the opportunity to watch you make a fool of yourself. Oh, Ulyana. She got it right, so I decided not to reply. And what about you? I asked Lena. Yes, she replied briefly. See, you should go too then, said Slavia as if leaving me no choice. Don't forget to wear your tailcoat. Apparently Ulyana was so pleased with her joke that she laughed out loud. She lolled. But I really had nothing to wear. My wardrobe was just a pioneer uniform and my winter clothes, which would be inappropriate even in the evening. And what will you be dressed in, entertainer? Secret. Will it be a little dress just like the kindergartners? What? Kindergarten's matinee? Ulyana turned red. It looks like I managed to offend her. No, I will wear a biohazard suit, just so I don't catch an infection from you. Ooh, burn! I wonder what kind of infection are you afraid of catching from me? Enough, you guys, don't quarrel. Idiocy, of course. Looks like Ulyana was highly pleased with her, as she thought. Brilliant answer again. You know, if you already have the flu, you can't catch a cold. Two can play at that game. Oh, it's a fight. It's a burn fest. What are you implying? Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. I looked away slyly. Do you mean that she went red again? I don't mean anything. Guys! Given that it was Lena who interfered, it probably really was time to stop. You're asking for it. You're gonna get it. What? You'll finally wise up? Oh boy. Instead of replying, Ulyana grabbed her plate filled with borscht and tipped it over my head. This game met an unexpected finale. Oh, you little... She jumped up and tried to run. This time, she won't get away. I grabbed her hand. And now what? I can just smash her head against the table. What? This pantomime lasted a few seconds. Suddenly, Ulyana skillfully grabbed a glass full of compote and splashed it in my face. That way, she managed to get free of my grip. She dashed off towards the counter, and I chased her. This resulted in several flipped tables, a pile of smashed tableware, 5 pioneers crippled by various injuries, and full exhaustion on both parties. A draw, sort of. A belligerent draw, with too much belligerence. We stood before each other and breathed heavily. Tell me you won't behave this way again. And you? Olga snuck up from behind us. When you think about it, such a riot couldn't go unnoticed. Well, are you satisfied with yourselves now? Her voice appeared to be calm, but I was sure she was about to explode. And who's gonna clean up all this mess? Exactly what happened? Who am I asked? Who? I'm asking you. Who? Him? What? Why is it my fault? Replied Ulyana with complete confidence. Her, I objected less confidently. Both. The camp leader brought a conclusive end to this ongoing argument. Generally, I wasn't sure that my share of the blame is more than hers, although Ulyana didn't have a drop of guilt on her face. Beat it. I'm not cleaning. Ain't nobody got That's great. Ain't nobody got time for that. This is his fault. He started it first. No, it isn't. Oh, yes, it is. I'm not going to sort all this nonsense. Sammy, go grab a mop, a bucket, some clothes, you know, the kind of stuff in the closet. As for you, she looked at Ulyana with such a burning gaze that I felt a bit sorry for the girl. You start to pick up the broken tableware immediately. Olga took a deep breath and continued. You're nothing but trouble. How many times have I told you? I decided to skip the lecture and went to the closet that appeared to be near the exit. Suddenly, a perfect idea flashed in my head. Why don't I just run away? Sure, Olga has caught us already, but I'm not the one to blame. Of course, I'm that true pioneer she keeps talking about, but in comparison to Ulyana, anyway, she's the principal culprit. It's not like I have nothing better to do than cleaning up the mess here. I have to seek answers. If the truth is out there, somehow flashed through my mind. Let's be bad. I kind of want to like find out answers, but at the same time, like I feel like a jerk just running. Screw it. The solution came out of thin air. While Olga was scolding Ulyana, I snuck to the exit. Thank goodness it was nearby. Slipping outside, I hesitated for a moment and ran into electronic. Looks like he was working till late at the club. Where's the fire? Fire? My shuttle is leaving in 10 minutes. What? Hey, wait. Electronic's words hung in the air behind me. I ran off towards the square. It's definitely not the best place to hide. Indeed, in a state of stress or fatigue, I frequently start talking to myself. Well, not really talking, but rather mumbling under my breath. Helps me to concentrate and find the right solution quickly. Okay, where to next? Where should I go? Best place to be the one with the least amount of people. Consequently, my way lies in the woods. Half a minute later, I was already relaxing, sitting on a stump near the forest trail. That was one hell of a getaway. I hope that will teach Ulyana to behave. Indeed, she's not a child anymore. Well, sad but true. Not a child anymore. Now, a thought crossed my mind. I might have sort of mishandled the whole situation. A fair share of that broken tableware is because of me. Moreover, one might mention that I didn't have to engage in that mess at the beginning. It got me thinking. How's the weather? Slavia stood right before me. How did she manage to sneak up unnoticed? Thank goodness it's not Olga. Fine. Those were the only words I managed to squeeze out of myself. I thought I'd find you here. What? We don't have like a place that we usually go to. How did she know we'd be here? Why? I'm not sure. It's just... She looked up at the sky. There are fewer people around here. Does Slavia really think I have some sort of social phobia? On second thought, she actually has a good reason to think so. And what are you doing here? Looking for you. She smiled again, but this time her smile is a bit different. A little friendlier, I guess. Me? Why? Can't you guess? I braced myself and prepared for a harsh lecture. I understand that you're guilty to a lesser degree than Ulyana. Now the camp leader's assistant is defending me. I felt even more pathetic. Damn, get serious. We're not playing bad cop, good cop. I thought it was good cop. Whatever. Anyway. But if I grant that, you aren't gonna help her, so you can at least help me. Saying that, Slavia looked up at the sky yet again. I wonder what she's looking up there. And what do I need to do? We have to reorganize the books in the library. It's way better than disciplinary enslavement together with Ulyana. And anyway, it was an offer I couldn't refuse. I'm all at your service, mademoiselle, or madam. She laughed. Then follow me, monsieur. Alright, let's go clean up books with goodness, Slaviana. Next episode. Bye!